And welcome back to Kenshi, everybody. Keiko and Sans are just enjoying the night on the top floor of this bar here in Drin, I think it's called. Yes, we're in Drin. So I did another loot run from that Paladin battlefield down there. Have a little bit more money, bought some food, but I think we'll kind of cap that line out and head off. So the question now is, where do we want to go? I don't want to see the north, but we want to avoid this western section here. That's Cannibal Town. Not the most friendly place for us, so we'll just bypass that, not deal with them. We could go east into the Great Desert. There are plenty of United cities, kind of all about the desert. But Mercenaries doesn't know that. And he'd have no real reason to cross the desert right now. So that only really leaves one option. We'll head northward, avoiding the cannibal territories, and eventually we'll kind of cut off and reach the coast here. We could stay in Drin until we're stronger, but this isn't an ideal place. We have safety around here with the samurai guards. But the encounters are, well, not great. We have the United City armies that are walking around, the, not United Cities, the Holy Nations Paladins, and various vagrants, but they're all kind of out of our level. Where are you? Okay, so we have a slave. An escaped slave is just hanging out. I don't know why. We could break her open, or break her shackles. But slavery is legal and a common practice in the United Cities. So doing that within spitting distance of the guards is just really a shortcut for a terrorism charge. If we freed a slave, a couple things can happen. They might just tell us to F off. They might just leave. It's kind of the likely one. But they also may elect to join us. So that would be a free squad member. And she's probably got some stats. Most slaves... Oh, yeah, well, you don't. Most slaves are not completely new characters. You're not going to find any veterans or anything, but find something. Nice sandstorm. And if we did get that terrorism charge bounty, the UC guards there, they'd capture us. Probably we'd end up as a slave ourselves. Which isn't the end game, or it's not the end of the game. One of the starting scenarios is actually start as a slave. And it's probably like the min-maxer / power leveler start. You start as a slave, your captures will never let you exceed starving, so you don't have to worry about food. While you're working, your athletics, your laboring, they're going to go up. That just happens automatic. As you're doing your day-to-day stuff, and then at night you basically have free reign. So you're unlocking your shackles, unlocking your cage, breaking out, wandering around, avoiding the guards. So your lockpicking's leveling up, your sneak is leveling up. You can go knock out the guards. So your assassination is going up. You're carrying all your shackles and shit. So your strength is going up. The guards are beating you because they're jerks. So your toughness is going up. So while it's a bit of a delayed start, you'll be stuck there for a few days, a few weeks, until your stats are well enough that you can either bust out or sneak out. When you do get out, you're going to be a very powerful mid-game character already. So while I think the starting scenario says it's a hard start, it's very hard to fail, and opens up to a lot of options too. Just keeping my eyes open. We're going to be running into more outlaw farmers. Probably the primary threat around here. Maybe some bone dogs. Yes, we got some outlaw farmers, yeah. You can tell because they usually got these straw hats. The captain has a basket over their head. I dig it. The hive are some humans. And again, because these are starving factions, it's not bad to just run into a group and get your ass kicked. But we have a dog, and they'd eat them. So we want to stay clear of them unless we have reinforcements. And we're still so slow that we wouldn't be able to run away. So we want to see which way they go and go the other way. We're kind of reaching the desert areas. So another big threat we're going to be seeing, hopefully not seeing, are sand skimmers. They're kind of like giant grasshoppers or giant spiders combined. They're very territorial. They're not predatory. But animals in this game, especially mature ones, can do just an absurd amount of burst damage up front. So while I could fight someone with a sword, take some hits, and go unconscious, a sand skimmer hitting my chest or hitting my head would probably instantly put me in critical damage, and not a position I can heal from. And with one character right now, that would be a game over. I lost the farmers. Look like just a nomad pack traveling to the west. Well, there they are. So nomads are just traveling traders. They travel, sell animals. Bone dogs, goats. Goats are funny. You can get bulls and pack animals called garos. They're all fairly combat capable. But bulls and bone dogs especially. Dogs are just, well, think of a full-grown timber wolf against a human. Same difference. And then same thing with a bull. But bulls you can also put a pretty hefty backpack on, so they can carry a lot of goods, and will absolutely trample most enemies. Another band of outlaw farmers that way. This isn't the most friendly area. And no friendly patrols. I think we're out of the zones that we're going to see United City Samurai guards. So we don't have that kind of easy out. I'm just going to feed the dog here. Feeding humanoids is a little bit easier. So if humans have food in their inventory, they'll just eat it when they're hungry. It's automatic. There's no mechanic to do it. Which is nice. If a humanoid has a backpack, you can put food in there, and anyone in your squad will just take food at a slightly lower food threshold. But it's easy. But right now, since animals don't have inventory, I can't give them any food, so I need to throw some on the ground, and he'll automatically find it. And that goes for whatever he considers food. Dead body, yeah, he'll eat it. Discovered outpost. It's probably not a friendly one, but it might be a tech hunter way station. Something like that. That we can rest in. And a high village. And some sort of camp in the way. So let's chill. The outpost northwest. Well, there. I think that's it. Got some rudimentary walls. Faction HQ. What faction? Maybe we'll take a peek. It might be cannibals. And yeah, here's a hive village. Distant hive. I didn't know there was hivers up here. There are a few different factions of hivers. The Western Hive, Southern Hive, the Dead Hive. Most of them are jerks. I didn't know there was one up north. So let's check out this way station. At least get in visual range. Might be cannibal hunters, might be cannibals. Cannibal hunters, of course, are just NPC faction that goes into the cannibal areas and fights cannibals. So they're pretty cool. And I see outlaw farmers. Okay, so this is not a good place. Outlaw farmers. Which would explain all their patrols. A lot of these minor factions, like the outlaw farmers, see dust bandits, There's 100 different assortments of ninjas. They typically have a small guarded base somewhere. And if we went in there, we would find a named leader. They probably have a hefty bounty. They probably have some rare, possibly unique items, weapons or armor. So they're good to hunt for. If you weren't a starving bug man wearing nothing but shredded rags with a rusty metal pipe. Here's some Garos. Oh, there's the hive. I don't know if these guys are friendly. They have shots, so I would assume they are. But also, I'm a hiveless, so the Western hive is not friendly to hiveless characters. Or hiveless hivers, I guess. Hiveless humans, yeah. Shrek robots, they don't, or Shrek and skeletons, they don't care. But because I'm a hiveless hiver, I'm an outcast. They probably won't be aggressive, but they probably won't offer any services or protection. And dog is hungry again. So they have a couple nests. I saw a robotics hut somewhere. I thought I did. Oh yeah, there's a shop. I'm going crazy. Oh yeah, here's a robotic shop. This would have some repair kits and prosthetic limbs. Thankfully nothing we need right now. But not unlikely we'll need it in the future. I'm going to see if this trader will take our money. So we already used half our food. We're almost at the coast. So we did make progress. Yeah. Lost one, hiveless one. Okay. Well, yeah, they recognize us as hiveless. So let's not antagonize them any. Bounty hunters. We should be safe traveling through them, or by them. We don't have a bounty. Oh, there we go. These are sand skimmers. Who are they going to kill? Slave hunters. Slave hunters are jerks, so hopefully these skimmers will show them what for. In super fast speed. Oh yeah, don't feel sorry for them. I'm just gonna head off into the... When you get to the coast, just sand skimmers will bury under the ground. Making them quite difficult to see. Anyway, slave hunters, ooh, they're gonna fight nomads. Paramad, or hivers. Okay, these hivers are just fucking hench, so this won't be a problem for them. But that is good news for us. We're gonna watch the carnage. And sand skimmers will have meat for us. And they always go physics crazy when they die. So we're gonna sneak in. These animals, just like humans, will go unconscious when they've taken critical damage. But because they're an animal, we can loot body parts off them, and it will kill them instantly. Okay, this is a hiver trader caravan, and I guess he doesn't mind trading with me. Don't go into the mist, no hive. The mists are cursed. Cursed. You go in, you never come back out. Unless you have hive lantern with you. We have one you can have if you want to go there. Not free, though. Forget it, not interested. You'll regret buying our lantern from us, hiveless. I'll give you a good price. 2,500 cats. Here, take it. No. Hiveless, you're being stupid. You only get one chance to buy the Lantern of Radiance, otherwise you can never go into the mists, ever. It's a special item, it's unique. Yeah, I don't have that much money. This is a special discount, Hiveless. This is a good deal. Here, take a look at it. No discount for you. I'm going. Take a hint. How rude. How would you not accept our offer? I give you a special price as well, just for you. You insult the queen. Okay, he's gonna yell at us for a bit. So, okay, let's pause it. So the skimmers have meat, and as soon as you loot an animal, they die. They go from unconscious to completely dead. Well, fair enough. Two types of meat. There's raw meat. Everyone digs it. You can cook it into dried meat, put it in real meals. There's also this fowl meat. And only certain things can eat fowl meat. Hivers can, which is great for us. So we can take this crappy meat. No good for anything else, no value, but it's free food. So we'll take a couple of them. But they also have these teeth, and they're a little bit of cash. Hivers are weird little dudes, so he's going to follow us. He's going to yell at us for a bit because we didn't buy from him, but he'll go away. They won't be aggressive. So we've killed these two, just by looting them. Manhunters. They're jerks. I know I was talking about something, and I forgot what it is. Hey, it'll come up again. Manhunters are looking for escaped slaves. Kind of like slave hunters. Except a slave hunter, you're out in the open, you're easy pickings for them, and they'll try to hunt you anyways. That's also an activity a player can do. You can go to a slave market, sell off a captive. The money's bad, and really enrages other factions when you do that, which I think is reasonable. Yeah, we're on the northern coast. Lots of sand skimmers about. I think if we stay on the edge, we'll be fine. Really don't want to get into a fight with one of them. Even with guard support, if we take a bad hit or two, that's trouble. Slave hunters. Yeah, so now we got the slave hunters. Couple escaped peasants. Yeah, slave hunters, they're like very poorly equipped, as you can see. Like a metal rod, just some face covering, whatever ragged pants they have remaining. Well, they are not a well-organized group. The other ones are, like the Manhunters, they're fully armored. I think they have real weapons. These two peasants have bounties. If we were so inclined and capable, we could fight them, capture them, bring them in for a payday. But we're none of those things. We do have a settlement on the horizon, though. Someplace we can at least stop. Port North. Fair enough. It's a port at the north. Just going to avoid the slave hunters. They might ignore us, they might not. I think if we were near guards and they attacked us, they'd be committing a crime, so the guards would help. But that's not always the case. How's our dog doing? He's hungry again. Give him some of that raw food. Oh, skimmers. Skimmers on one side and slave hunters on the other. Alright, here we go. Got some guards. Oh, one of them was following me. Probably did want to... Wonder if we can antagonize them. They're a bit stronger than we are, but they only have weak blunt weapons. So if we got into a fight, we would assuredly lose, but they wouldn't do critical damage. We would take a few hits and get back up. And with the guards here, they should mop up the rest. Nope, they're not interested. Well, these are slaver guards. Must be a slave camp. Yeah, it is. So there's probably nothing we can do here. If we were so inclined, we could sell off captives, but not really into that. We could also buy a slave. Well, you don't buy a slave, you emancipate them. So we would, buy them, give them their freedom. Some join, some don't. Kind of a gamble, but we don't... I don't think Echo would do that yet. Not roll into town with a bunch of cats and buy a bunch of people's freedom. What else do we have here? A couple shops. Iron processing equipment. The noble's house. So that's kind of this city's leader. Depending on how our story goes with the United Cities, we might be going there at some point. Friendly or otherwise. Yeah, so no services here. Just a slave spot. So that might mean we're going to be heading out. Yeah, I'm going to save scum. Who are you? Skiff, a drifter. But at least we're back in samurai presence. So there was here we go. So there's a patrol down here. We're not poor, we're not starving, so we're probably in their good books. But if we do run into trouble, we might run into samurai guards that can help us. Yeah, let's just kick it up. And enjoy the view. I really dig the moon skybox in this game. Don't know if it's the exact terminology, but moons are all tidally locked in geosynchronous orbit. So we always have the same visage of the main planet and its first moon. But depending on where the sun is, we'll have a different light level on it. Oh, dog's hungry again. Let's wait till we stop and I'll toss him some meat. Yeah, if we run into any skimmers, free food. It's not good quality by any means, but save a little bit of money. Sands can eat either. Or Steako can eat either. So it's nice. Other races won't eat the foul meat. Can't even cook it. And some can eat raw meat. Like I think Scorchlanders, the other human tribe. They can eat raw meat. But everyone else needs to cook it. Who are you? Okay, so we got some starving vagrants. These are even weaker than the outlaw farmers we've been running into. So they're just wearing rags, same as we are. We got a metal pipe. 0 attack rating, 5 defense rating. So they're the lowest of the low. But again, I'm worried about sands, so we can't antagonize them yet. However, these are perfect prey for when we did want to start leveling our combat a little bit. We can beat them in a one-on-one, maybe 1-on-2, 1-on-3. A little bit of luck. And we've discovered bark. So we have a full city here. Oh shit. And we have a skimmer. Are you busy with something? No, we have a whole camp of skimmers. You can see they're buried underground, just their antenna or whatever sticking out. And in comparison, although it doesn't scale the same as humans and animals, 33 attack, 31 strength, and we're like -3, -3. So as a relative gauge of power, kind of a hint. A couple of them are on the prowl, a couple of them are waiting. We'll just try to move around them. Another one over there. And we have some Manhunters that just killed something. Oh, just unconscious Manhunters. I could try to loot them. Oh, this guy's gonna be a prick. These ones look like escaped slaves, don't you think? So they're just going to try to capture us. We are close to Bark, and I know that will be illegal, so we are just going to try to run for it and attract some guards. Outlaw farmers. Here we go. Nice little coastal city there. Kind of a bad spot, though. So if we go too far north, we're going to run into outlaws. Too far south, we're in skimmers. And these manhunters out in the open like this will probably be jerks. So yeah, one is following us. This guy's crippled. I could try to hit him in the head. At 5 health, we would knock him out. But we don't have great chances of that. He is fairly competent, 1721. So I think right now we're just going to try to run. They don't have the whole gang chasing us. You know what? They're not going to kill this dog, so I'm going to let Sans... Like, Sans is doing 17. He had armor, so a little bit reduced. But if he hits him in the stomach at -9, he is out for the count. These guys aren't too much faster than us, at least. So we do have a hope of escaping. Sorry about the rapid pausing, but trying to micro 2 characters at once, not always the easiest. Okay, he's stopping to do first aid, but he's back up. We're just going to keep running. And... oh, who are those samurai? Flavors. Flavors aren't good either, because they would just sell us. But one-on-one, let's try it. All we need is one hit. One hit to the head. Yeah, eat it. So yeah, we knocked him to -15. He's unconscious for 2 minutes. And to us go the spoils. We'll take the medkit, just because he's a jerk. Spiked club. Too heavy for us to use, not really worth much. 200 gold. But in case he gets up again, wow, we'll be long gone by 2 minutes. Some good pants, though. I do want those. Well, they're not good, but they're better than what we have. The chest armor is too heavy. I don't want to deal with that right now. His friend is coming. Hopefully we can turn around. Or maybe he's just going to do first aid. Yeah, he's just doing first aid. Oh, what happened over here? Oh, outlaw farmers. Against sand ninjas. Fair enough. So I think we're isolated. Just bandage these wounds. We didn't take anything too bad. But no point letting it go low. We have a few seconds, a few minutes to recuperate. The dog took a hit. Our chest is in bad condition. Head's not great. But that extra HP might come in handy for the head. Taking 17, we still have 130, which is more than most races. Where's the gate? Here's the gate. Yeah, so we have samurai patrolling. Found some safety. Which is good. As a hiver, Mistako would be very uneasy being not in kind of a busy area. So we have a shop. And so even being kind of unlinked to any hive mind, being around large groups probably feels normal. New customer. Welcome, Romer. Take a look. So this guy has animals and supplies. Nothing we're really interested in, but we can sell off all these skimmer teeth. We'll toss this spike club. So he has backpacks for animals. They do have backpacks for bone dogs, but I don't want to weigh him down any more than he already is. And he's got a little bit of meat. First aid kits. Nothing we need. Not yet, anyways. And what else do we have in town? Looks like some free beds. That's nice. They're outdoors. They're just sleeping bags. So they're not full effective. Mechanics shop. There are some houses we could buy. An armory. Let's check it out. One of the other factors of this game will be base building of some sort. And kind of a step into that, a lot of cities will have pre-built houses or houses you can repair ready for sale. And with that, you can start crafting things, start researching things, start processing raw resources. You're a little bit limited when you're buying just residential buildings in town, but you also have the town's protection, and that is huge for a long time. Well, they have a bunch of mostly heavy armor and some medium. Lots of helmets that we can't actually use. Our head slot is unavailable. Our boot slot is unavailable. If we found some light armor, like a dust coat, something like that, probably be decent to use. But United Cities, with their heavily armored samurai guards and that style of equipment, we probably won't find a lot of light armor for sale. Ninjas, vagrants, other travelers, they'll probably have some. So if we have the opportunity, we might just claim a set of our own. Some more residential buildings we could buy. We got a bar and a general shop. Yeah, let's see what's going on in here. Hey, this place is pretty packed. Azumi, she's a unique recruit. Unique doesn't mean too much in this game, but she's going to start with a specific set of stats, and some unique characters have unique dialogue for certain events. We have a couple other recruitable people. Scorchlander, Hive, I think that's a Hive worker. A couple humans. I think we'll stay solo for a little while still. We don't need to start making an army. There's a thief fence. So one of the factions are the shinobi. And they're the Thieves Guild, more or less. Thieves, ninjas, assassins. They sometimes have decent stuff to trade, but they have more benefits if you're a member. There's a mercenary captain here. So one thing, kind of great early game and mid game, is if we wanted to do something outside of the city walls, we could hire mercenaries. So for, I think, 4,000 cats, maybe 8,000 cats, they'll stick with us for a couple of days. And they're all pretty decent mid-game fighters. 20s to 30s in the stats. Dude got rocking a 44. 51, 44. So if we wanted to, we could hire this group and just fight our way through the desert. Fighting vagrants, fighting ninjas, fighting skimmers. Looting, getting experience. Which is something we might do. We've left Drin, but we're still kind of in that phase. We're not quite strong enough to go out on our own. So we're going to be kind of just taking opportunistic fights, trying to make some money, trying to become a bit stronger. So general good shop here, a lot of trade goods, a lot of resources we'd be using for base management. Nothing we want. I think that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to try to find some nearby enemies. Something like starving vagrants. Maybe antagonize some slave hunters. And we're going to bring them over to the front gate here. Who are you? You have an 8,000 gold bounty. Hello. And you have some very good equipment. Wow. Well, there's no police station here. I didn't see a police station here. So the fact this Sand Ninja Jonin has a bounty doesn't do us a lot of good. But he was carrying two Katan number 3 swords. And those are very high quality weapons. The weapons themselves are kind of garbage. But the quality in this game, as we've kind of seen, we have rusted junk, we have rusting weapons, we have refitted weapons. And I think there's one more. And then you get into Katan number 1, Katan number 2, Katan number 3. And then above that, there are only like a couple ranks of edge weapons. So these are, 60, 70% on the top of the food chain. These samurai cloth pants are the same that I have, but they're standard grade versus shoddy. These ninja rags, they're light armor. They're not very protective, but they increase a lot of skills. They increase dodge, they increase dexterity, melee attack, martial arts. So while we're not really using stealth, crossbows, assassination, it will actually give us a nice boost. And yeah, not bad. But these swords, I think we're just going to sell. These are guardless katanas. So they're terrible against armored units, terrible against robots, and they're all for attack. +6 attack, -6 defense. So us using them right now with our -3 defense. What is our defense actually? Raw. 2 defense. That just opens us up to getting attacks. And for leveling, you don't necessarily want to use high quality weapons. You want to make every hit, like every hit's going to give you experience, whether you do 1 hit, whether you do 100. We're not at the point that we're going to be just fighting a lot of people a lot of time. So we want to use a crappy weapon to maximize our number of hits. And I don't like katanas, or guardless katanas in general. Oh, we completely cashed you out. Okay, let's go to the armory. Kind of interesting, I like it. So katana is a type of weapon that we can use in the game. They're fairly common. They're great early game weapons, because early game you're fighting a lot of humans that probably have poor to no armor. But late game they're just hot garbage. When you're fighting enemies in plate and heavy armor, they don't do it. So they're very good at the beginning, very good for training. And if we found a katana somewhere that wasn't super high ranked, we'd probably use it. But until then, we'll just use this rusty club until something better comes along. It's also a terrible weapon, but it's not really the problem right now. Anyway, let's get back to what I was going to try to do. We're going to try to find some enemies that we have a reasonable chance of surviving. And we're going to drag them to the city gates. Are you a crippled escaped slave? I don't know why there's an escaped slave out here either. Maybe some of the slave hunters found a vagrant or something. But this close to the gate, we can't do anything about that. They will... Oh yeah, we have a slaver caravan that was around. This close to the gate, they would brand us a criminal. And not even a low-level criminal. Escaped slave, slaver, manhunter. Yeah, so that must be that. What do we have? Starving vagrant. Not gonna be a fair fight, but that's just the world of Kenshi. He has nothing we want, but he's practice. Yeah, he has garbage. Some ragged pants, some rags. Oh, no. Save us, slavers. Yeah, so one hit for the dog. Looks like it did 72 damage. Which is potentially fatal. Oh, our dog went down. We need to distract, or get these skimmers distracted. Ooh, minus 69 in the chest. Not nice. We will need to get around, but we can still bandage Sans. Get him back to health. But I'm going to have to leave him in town for a while, which is a bit of a shame. It'd be nice to get him fighting some of these vagrants as well. But with these wounds, it'll take a long time for him to recover. Well, thankfully his chest is hurt. It's the only one that's hurt, so it can't get any worse. Because when you're doing first aid, you start at the top injury, and you work your way down. If his head was damaged, we'd be bandaging that, even though the chest wound is the critical one. So there we go. We broke one of dying, he's just unconscious, and we're getting up there. But that is the risk of prize skimmers. Luckily, we didn't take any damage. A chest hit like that, doing 70 damage. We would have been out for a little while. We probably would have recovered. So we weren't much below zero. But potentially we would have been kind of in a coma or dying. Okay, great. So, pick him up. A Manhunter. Wouldn't mind knocking his ass out, but we're not, we have priorities right now. Want to keep our little buddy alive. We do need to keep him somewhere where starving vagrants won't find him. What do we have here? Yaru. Starving vagrant. And a slave caravan. Okay. Not going to interfere with that. So we do need to leave Sans somewhere he can recover, where a bandit raid won't get him. Because if they see him as food, they'll just beeline to him and finish that off. I could buy one of these houses from inside. Yeah, we have 20,000, so we could buy one of these small shacks for 4 grand, which is kind of a waste. This one's 12.8. That's expensive. Oh, it's red. Another unique recruit that just stole some money from me. What? You pickpocketed my money? You don't want to mess with me? Return or die? Give me back my money you stole? Nothing, forget it. Never actually recruited this guy before, or this girl, so I don't know. You pickpocketed my money. You're talking crazy. Stay the hell away from me. Keep your voice down, will you? You'll wire up the guards. Do I look rich to you? Come on. Girl's got to eat somehow. Nothing personal, Outlander. Could call her an ass and just be done with it. And really, I don't miss 150 cats. Still for 20 grand. Yeah, you're an ass. Don't know if that locked me out of recruitment, but well, there's nothing special about them. But I think I am going to buy one of these small shacks. Definitely won't be a long-term place. But I want to put Sans somewhere that kind of keep him safe. And if I put him inside, I can just kind of close the door. There's nothing I can really do with a small house. Like, I can do the most basic research. Maybe build a storage chest. A couple small crafting stations. But not enough to really consider it worthwhile. Yeah, it's a private house. Dude named Crankshaft isn't getting the memo. But whatever. I'll just close the door. Hopefully he just chills and doesn't break free. Yeah, that'll at least keep Sans safe. He is recovering, but he's at minus 62, so that'll take quite a while. once he gets to 1, he'll wake up. But even then, we're going to want to keep him indoors for a while. His stiff breeze would knock him over at that point, and we're kind of back to square one. We can do combat training with him when he's a little higher level, higher age. Slave, Manhunter. It's time to roam the desert again. Actually, a lot going on here. Like, you don't usually see so many groups of people this close to the town. Some samurai. Empire Noble Guard. Okay, they're fun. I don't see this often, but let's just see if they're going to do it. So there's a wandering noble. Can't really get the camera in there. There we go, this dude. The wicked shirt and the goggles. Slaves, some heavy infantry. They're just out hunting. Or really whatever. Okay, that's a slave. Manhunter. Might be a crime to steal from them. Got dudes flying for some reason. Just Kenshi things. Oh, I'm missing some combat. What's going on? Okay, we got some vagrants fighting at Manhunter. You know, the vagrants have the right of it, but whatever. We gotta do what we gotta do. We'll peel one off, get some combat. Maybe lose, you know, doesn't matter. So something cool about Kenshi. All the combat, the animation is actually what's happening. So, if I was blocking high, or my weapon was high, and Buddy here attacked high, it would be a block. If I did a big sweep to the right, anyone that animation hits would get hit. So it's basically dice rolls. But the physical feedback is very accurate, and I think it's very gratifying. Oh yeah. Manhunter went down. His buddies are coming in. I guess I don't want to be knocked unconscious here. Because if a wandering slave hunter or manhunter find me, they'll just put me in shackles. We got a bit of combat experience. But yeah, that skimmer's going to do the rest of the job. Oh, there's red. They're unique in the way that I guess their recruitment. That little conversation we had after them stealing some money from me. But I don't think they do anything special. They probably have some can't think of the word. Some stealth, some thievery, some skills in those areas. But beyond that, probably not a whole lot. Night's starting to fall, so I'll just see if there's a bed that's free up here. Get this chest to heal a little bit faster. So as you can see, even on regular game speed, when you're resting in bed, healing is quite fast. I think we'll just wait out the night. Good time to call it here. Made a little bit of progress. Actually got quite a good distance in. North of Drin, found the coast. And we're gonna have some time to stay around and bark, I think. Get our combat skills up. Mostly we're gonna be cheesing enemies. Bring some in, lure them to the guards, fight them off. Starving vagrants, maybe some isolated slave hunters. We can probably do one-on-one, especially if Sands was up and active. So this would be a good place to train for a while. Might be our goal next time. And then maybe once we're a little more comfortable, maybe we get our athletics up a little bit so we can avoid skimmers. Might head deeper into the deserts, maybe down the coast. But until then, thanks for watching. This has been Kenshi.